Welcome to the Military Exchange Talk Show, and I'm here today with Amy Tosh from New York Warrior Alliance and Captain Dave Kern for the Patriot Guard Riders. And Dave and Amy, of course. Dave, what chapter are you with?
New York Patriot Guard.
Okay, the whole New York. That's right.
Yes.
You're in charge of all of New York.
Yes.
And Amy, are you like the president, CEO?
President and founder,
President and founder?
yes.
So could you tell us a little bit about your organization, yourself, and then we'll go to Dave. And of course, I know you guys have a bike run coming up.
Yeah, sure. We founded our organization in 2008, and it was originally known as Operation Wounded Warrior. And annually, we would go down to Walter Reed, bringing down supplies for the wounded warriors and their families. And last year, we incorporated and we changed our name to New York Warrior Alliance because we are now more than just an annual event. We are serving wounded warriors and their families all year long. And we also changed our name because people were confusing us with other national organizations, and we didn't want a misrepresentation. So we are local. We were founded here in New York, and we are, our long-term goal is to continue serving wounded warriors that are local Rochester or New York natives.
That's awesome. Now, Dave, let's talk to you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do, and then again we'll go to the bike run.
Okay, we were founded November '05, and we've been doing funeral escorts for the military and send-offs and welcome homes, and also help on the home front program where we raise money like this upcoming event to take care of our veterans and wounded and their families and the Gold Star, Blue Star families, any way that we can help. And I met Amy a couple of years ago, and her group, like ours, 100%, the money's donated, go directly to the veteran. None of us are paid, nor do we even get our gas reimbursed. So our partnership in this upcoming bike run, we're hoping to get a lot of support. Thank you for bringing us on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Now, what about the bike run, the day, and you have a poster?
I do. It's this Saturday, June 14th. It's also Flag Day, and it will be starting at the St. Paul Firemen's Exempt. And this year it's special. This is our second annual Heroes Run. But the first stop will be at the West Webster Fire Department, and it'll be at their memorial, and there'll be a special presentation for the fallen firefighters there. And then the next stop will be at the Warrior Salute program, which is in Webster, New York, and that program serves veterans who have PTSD and TBI injuries. So they have a 6-month program, and they have a very high success rate for all the veterans who come through. They have a 67% success rate, which is a really great statistic. And we're excited to be partnering with them as well, to be supporting, because again, it's a local organization.
That's great. Anything else you guys want to add? Did you want to mention the other bike run with the Blue Star Moms?
Yes, upcoming in July, our Blue Star Mothers, Chapter 1. They're having their second annual poker run in memory of Sergeant First Class Daniel Metcalf, who's the nephew of Bobby, one of our Blue Star Moms who's running this thing. It's out of the Moose Lodge in Palmyra, so it's a save the date, July 12th, out of the Moose Lodge in Palmyra. You can look at the Blue Star Mother online or the Patriot Guard online or the Moose Lodge online if you need that date again. And we invite everyone to come out and support this event. Thanks.
You're welcome. Amy, now, I know this, but I just want everybody else to know this. You and your family got involved in this because of your brother?
Well, yeah, it really, I think as a family, back in '93, my brother was wounded, and what people mostly recall is the movie Black Hawk Down. So he was one of the Rangers who was injured, and he was treated at Walter Reed for several months, and they saved his leg. And really what was the most thing that I can draw back on is how veterans who had the same kind of injury, when they would do their morale visits and visiting him, what that does for a wounded veteran early on in their recovery and rehabilitation is so instrumental. And just the visits in general, but those are the most important to them. And so really that planted the seed for us. And then it was in 2008 when my brother contacted me. A good friend of his had been critically injured, And so that's what launched Operation Wounded Warrior, was bringing some supplies down and in responding to his need. His wife was there and had his toddler with him. So I think that's what a lot of the public doesn't realize, that the young families that are there and how that impacts the families, where if you can relate to, if you're not involved in the military, ever had this experience, if you've had a family member in a tragic car accident and what that involves, going up to the hospital and the daily stress. These are families that are displaced, so there's a compounded stress with their situations. And so this, for radio purposes, this picture I wanted to give to you is a thank you certificate with pictures from our last visits down at Walter Reed. And that's showing actually in the bottom corner, that's actually Kyle Clifton, and he was injured over a year and a half ago, and he was attached with the National Guard unit out of Canandaigua. And so we met him down there when my dad and I were doing a morale visit. And, you know, I think he's been there for over a year and a half. It'll be 2 years in November, but he is getting ready to come home. And at our benefit concert in July, that's going to be at the American Legion, he's going to be one of our guests of honor. And we're thrilled to be able to bring in someone from New York State and to serve him locally and honor his service.
That's great. I see your dad's in here. He's a former Marine.
Yeah.
And I see a couple times. He's in here 3 times of the pictures.
Yeah, and this is also a former Marine.
How'd you get him to smile?
My dad?
Your dad always smiles.
Yeah. Because it means a lot to them when we do these visits and stuff like that. And so it's really such a fulfilling and rewarding, these visits, when we do go down to Walter Reed. And to let them know that this community cares about them with these small items, it's really the gesture of letting them know how much we support them.
That's awesome. Now, could you tell us how to get a hold of your group online, and we'll ask Dave how to get a hold of his group?
Sure. We have a website. It's nywarrioralliance.org, and information about this upcoming event on June 14th is on there. You can make donations online. It's not too late. We're still looking for corporate sponsors, and it's really, these events are more just about fundraising. I think the veterans that are gathered there, the Patriot Guard riders that are gathered there, they're events where veterans can come together and be there together and support each other.
Dave?
Okay, our website's pgrny.org, and our event calendar, along with our current mission stuff, it's all on the front page, and our leadership contact donation button. The importance of Saturday, you know, we need the funds to take care of our wounded and their families, and firsthand I got a testimony from one of the soldiers at Warrior Salute there in Webster, where we'll be going. It saved his life. He would have taken his life. And after this program, he had a full-time job and a mortgage, and he was back on his feet. So I witnessed that as the first one I interviewed. Their housing and their facility, and we have a nice check for that group on Saturday, and we want to continue to do more. We need the public's help. These type things. There's a lot of need out there and ways to contribute. So either of our websites will allow everyone to help.
That's great. And thank you both for all you do for veterans.
Well, thank you for having us. And I did want to also add on to that. I think both of our funding sources are available for when the traditional options they've kind of hit that wall, that's run out. So that's what we're really wanting the public to be aware of, what we have to offer with resources.
That's great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.